Hey guys, Gladys here. We are getting a second round of this Steel Castle Melfikya's event in which you're gonna be able to enhance 4 new sets of equipments: swords, great swords, whips, and throwing weapons. And I would typically recommend you to focus on quantity, in which you try to enhance as many good weapons as possible, even though the abilities are not good or stellar. And then afterwards you focus on the quality, in which you pick a particular weapon that can make or turn your unit into a really OP one with a really good set of rare abilities. So now let's take a look at the first set of weapon that you would want to focus on: sword. The rare ability from sword is called Seal of Life and Power Level 3, which will increase HP and attack by 15%. It is a really good ability to have on sword, and I'll typically choose swords with killer passives or specific uses or even elemental traits to enhance it with these rare abilities. And the ones that enters my list starts with this Galbadian Blade or Trominator Sword. So Galbadian Blade is actually the poor man's sword from Trominator Sword. They enter the list because of the Machine Killer passive. So yeah, if you have a better version, just enhance the better version with this rare ability if you're lucky enough there. Machine Killer will allows you to deal additional damage against machines, and 50% is a big amount of additional damage there. Next on the list there's this Razmataz from FF10 Macellania Woods event. And this sword enters the list because of its effects. It will inflict sleep and petrify on the enemies. This is probably not going to be useful against bosses, but this is a really good sword in the arena. So yeah, you can put this weapon on Sephiroth or anyone with counter abilities, and they can counter back with sleep and petrify in the arena. And it's gonna annoy your enemies if they are not immune against that. And what you would want for this sword is probably more HP, because if you're going to be using it in the arena, then might as well make your units more resilient against death. And next on the list there's this Kotri Sword. This Kotri Sword has Demon Killer. It has weak attack stats, but if you do not have another alternative for Demon Killer, this could be a good choice for it. And also next there's this Aqua Blade. It's a water elemental sword. You get it for free. It is actually a teamer from Camille, but in this particular Steel Castle Melfikya, they're gonna give you an Aqua Blade for free. And what's good about this blade is that first, it has water element. You can chain attacks, water element attacks with this sword. And it also enables dual wielding sword weapon. So if you're lacking dual wield, you can equip 2 swords with Aqua Blade and another sword. Very useful there. And next on the list we have Frivia Needle, Death Trap, and Sorcery. These 3 are weapons that are really good for your hybrid units, particularly Frivia. And also Frivia Needle is ice base, Death Trap and Sorcery is non-elemental base, so you can enhance them. There's this also Lightbringer, which is a light elemental sword, and Farewell, which is a rich man's light elemental sword of Lightbringer. That is the teamer from Fate in the Star Ocean unit. If you miss him, you'll not be able to get Farewell, but Lightbringer should suffice. Also there are Thunder Sword, Water Sword, and Dark Sword. We just recently gotten ourselves a Lightning Elemental Sword, which is Lightning Saber, from the teamer from a unit. I don't remember who. I think Ryuka is the name. Lightning Saber is from Ryuka, yes, exactly. And in Brotherhood, if you have Tidus, you definitely would want to get your Tidus TMR right away and enhance it in this event. Moonblade is a Dark Elemental Sword from Delita. It is here, but it's not going to be a priority. because most of the bosses would resist dark element, but it's there if you want to use it, if you have enough time to farm it. And Onion Sword, another sword, a really good non-elemental sword, and it comes from Onion Knight. If you have Onion Knight, you'd want to get your Onion Sword too, because this Onion Sword would enable a stronger skill, Onion Cutter from Onion Sword. And of course, if you were unlucky enough to keep pulling lightnings back then, you must be lucky enough to get yourself an Omega weapon, which is the strongest non-elemental sword in the game right now. And that's it for sword. And moving on, we'll talk about Great Sword. Has the same rare ability as Sword, Seal of Life and Power level 3, which will increase HP and attack by 15%. And first on the list is Crimson Saber. It is a fire elemental Great Sword. This is here because of a one particular unit, Awakened Rain, which can be a really great tank with this sword. It will boost his HP by 30% when Awakened Rain equipped this weapon. And next on the list we have a two-handed Great Sword. Revolver, you get this from the FFBE event for free. Revolving Saw, it is also just slightly stronger two-handed Great Sword from Conrad. It is a TMR from 3-star base. If you already have a revolver and don't have Revolving Saw yet, you don't have to pull it. It's not worth your trust mogul. And finally there's this Lionheart, which is the rich man's non-elemental Great Sword. That is from Squall's TMR. Yeah, so just do this guys. So if you have Lionheart already, you don't need to enhance Revolver or Revolving Saw unless you have more units. But yeah, Lionheart is gonna be definitely the best non-elemental Great Sword two-handed right now to give on your units. Moving on, we have a one-handed non-elemental Great Sword. Eldritch Sword is a free weapon that you can get from the previous King Mok event. Beast Lord is a TMR from A2, a limited time unit, and Save the Queen is TMR from Beatrix. So I do think that if you already have Eldritch Sword, you probably don't want to get TMR from Save the Queen because the damage modifier or the attack stats difference are not that great. And yeah, so anyway, this is a good candidate to enhance. And finally, we have a lot of choices, elemental choices of Great Swords here, mostly from TMRs, and you definitely would want to enhance of the elementals because this game is all about chaining, and elemental chaining plays a big part in dealing more damage in the game. There's this Tony Trust, Lightning Elemental Great Sword, Excalibur 1, Excalibur 2, and then there's also Deathbringer, Dark Elemental Great Sword. There's also a Fire Elemental Great Sword, a Fireblade Agni, and Dandelga. And finally, there's this weapon, the Super Trustmaster Rewards from Orlando, which is the best Light Elemental Great Sword in the game right now. Just go ahead and enhance them if you have them. And moving on, let's talk about whips. The rare ability from whip is MP plus 3%, and I don't really know any great units that can equip whips other than mages. But in general, again, I would pick weapons with killer passives and or elemental weapons. So first, let's start off with Malboro's Tentacle here. It is a really good whip for mage that can equip whip, and because primarily it has killer passive against demon and plants. So you really would want to focus on this Malboro's Tentacle because of their killer passive. And fortunately, we have a lot of Tornado Chainers like Barbicia that can equip whip, which will enhance their damage even further against demon and plants. And demon is actually a very common race of enemies that we will face. And then Summer Whip is the best whip for mages that can equip it. The STMR from Seabeer's Darkfina. I know if you were unlucky enough to get a lot of Seabeer's Darkfina, you must be really happy of this whip now. Tamer's Whip is a weapon for physical attack. Again, the attack stats is low, but it has Beast Killer on it. Well, I don't see a use for this because we don't really have a great whip user right now, but enhancing this weapon might not hurt right now. And the same for Hidden Chains, it has Plant Killer, but not high attack stats compared to other weapons such as Sword or Great Sword. But just enhance it, guys. Quantity over quality. And finally, we're gonna talk about throwing weapons. The rare ability of throwing weapons is Skill of Life and Skill, which will increase HP and MP by 15%. Well, although to be honest, I would prefer a rare ability that will increase attack and MP. But anyway, we have first on the list, Fixed Dice. It is definitely a must enhance item as we enter the true double hand era with the 7-star, coming 7-star. With the 7 stars, there are a lot of units that can dual cast ability even when they are single wielding weapon. And this Fixed Dice is a 2-handed weapon, so you can only equip one of this. And the 7-star era will enable you to dual cast units with Fixed Dice. It is a strong weapon that will deals attack with damage range of 120% to 650%. And next we have Shooting Star. Shooting Star is a really strong weapon for Rinoa. If you have Rinoa, you'd want to enhance this weapon so that she can deal even more damage with it. I know the rare ability just gives you HP and MP, but 7-star requires a lot of MP and HP, so I guess that's still a good thing to have there. And Rising Sun is a throwing weapon with attack plus 107, and it has Bird Killer. I know that there is another throwing weapon with stronger attack, Over the Top, which is the TMR from Waka with attack plus 117, but the Bird Killer is what makes this Rising Sun better. So if you have both Rising Sun and Over the Top, the TMR from Waka, I would recommend you to enhance Rising Suns just in case you're gonna fight against enemies with, well, a bird type of enemies. And again, I would recommend you to enhance elemental weapons here. We have Whirlwind, which is a wind elemental throwing weapons, and GE64, which is a fire elemental throwing weapons. There are, just in case there's gonna be some units that can equip throwing weapons with a non-elemental attack or magic type of attack there. And those are on the quantity sides, and now let's focus on the quality, which one you should focus on. And my first recommendation would be Crimson Saber, only if you have Awakened Rain. Awakened Rain is no doubt the best magic tank you can get right now in Global, and Awakened Rain is really strong, and this Crimson Saber can make him into an even better tank. So when equipped with Crimson Saber, Rain can get an additional 30% to HP and MP, so you'd want to capitalize on that additional increase and the stats there passive. So you'd want to get the rare ability definitely, which will boost his HP and attack by 15%. So even when somebody else uses Crimson Saber, there's still that attack plus 15%. So just try to get the rare ability for this sword, guys, if you can, or if you're lucky enough. And then a HP plus 15% is going to be good for Rain. So in total, he is going to be able to get up to 45% in HP. That's really great. And the final ability that I would want to get personally is Auto Regen level 4, which will do, well, which will heal HP at around 1800 per turn. You know, as a tank, you have to cover, and Awakened Rain can be a physical provoke tank or an AoE cover magic tank too. So yeah, he can also absorb physical damage, so it wouldn't hurt to have him to be able to regen his HP. Or if you cannot get an auto regen here, I guess getting a spirit plus 15% is good enough since he is a tank. But auto regen is more versatile, you heal HP, yeah, you can defend against physical and magic attack here. And as we mentioned earlier, we are into the 7-star era, and true double hand units are gonna be the bomb in this era here. And so fixed dice is definitely a unit that you want to focus on. And if you can get rare ability, it's fine, even though it just gives you HP and MP plus 15%, because a 7-star unit normally would eat a lot of MP, so getting additional MP is definitely gonna be a great help for your unit. And other than that, you would want to get an attack plus 15% and attack plus 12%, because even though fixed dice is a really good weapon, throwing weapon, it only has an attack plus 1. Yeah, so definitely additional attack is what you want. So attack plus 15%, attack plus 12%, and then rare ability or even attack plus 10% will make your TDH unit an even stronger one. Malboro's Tentacle is definitely on my priority list too, because of its killer passive against Demon and Plant. I know there isn't any whip mastery for mages who is using whip, or even for physical attackers, but that 50% additional damage against Plant and Demons is really good to have. So definitely try to get magic plus 15% here, the rare ability which will give you MP plus 30%. We have a 7-star mages, that's going to be a 7-star Barbicia in the future too, and Barbicia can use whips, and I'm pretty sure that they're going to be using a lot of MPs too, so that additional MP plus 30% is going to be really good. And also auto refresh level 2, which will give your unit a 5% MP refresh per turn. By the time you reach 7-star, you can probably reach that 300% magic cap easily. So that's the reason why you'd want to get MP or MP boosting stuff here for this whip. And Frivia's Needle is no doubt the best weapon for Frivia herself, and Frivia herself is the best hybrid unit. She just turns into an Orlandeau family. She can chain with an Orlandeau chaining families, and definitely you need to enhance Frivia's Needle if you have Frivia. And right over here, what you wanna get on for this weapon is actually just nice. You need to get the rare one, attack plus 15% and attack plus 12%. So just try to get as many attack possible for this weapon. It's because when you're having or building a unit, a hybrid unit such as Frivia, you wanna focus on boosting their magic stats, and you can reach the cap for magic, which is the 300% quite easily with the current equipment available or current TMRs. But since Frivia is a hybrid unit, you'd want to focus on both attack and magic stats, and this is the reason why you want to increase the attack stats here. So that's gonna give you a total of 42% in attack if you are really lucky to get these stats here. And other than that, I know that Frivia is a magic sword, but if you are giving an attack increase here, other units can also use this sword as a TDH unit. Maybe you can use Cloud with Frivia's Needle to give him a ice elemental attack, or even other units that can use sword. Really handy, guys. And you definitely would wanna enhance your strong super TMRs, Orlandeau super TMR, which is a really strong light elemental greatsword, or Omega weapon from Lightning, a really strong non-elemental sword, or even that whip from Seabreeze Darkfina, a really strong whip for Seabreeze Darkfina herself or other mage that can use whip. But just to let you know that you're probably not going to be able to get the rare for all of these items unless you're spending a lot of lapis, so just pick your weapons wisely. And for me personally, out of these 4 choices, Crimson Saber, Fixed Dice, Malboro's Tentacle, and Frivia's Needle, I have Awakened Rain, so I would focus on getting Crimson Saber first, and then Fixed Dice. Definitely Fixed Dice is a must-have in this week because, we are in the TDH era already, guys. Even if you don't have Fixed Dice, you should fit your Moogle to your Setzer just to get that one Fixed Dice, and try to get that attack plus 15% and 12%, as many attack percentage possible here. So anyway, I hope this guide will be able to help you prioritize your enhancements spree, and this week just try to use all of your orbs for the Steel Castle Melfikya and get the best abilities possible. Good luck on your tries, guys. I hope this video is helpful for you. Don't forget to leave a comment, like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye.